What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh, and today we're gonna learn some phrases or some idioms in a Punjabi. We use these phrases sometimes. You heard when people are talking, maybe in the movies. That's what you need to learn to understand this kind of stuff because there's some idioms. It doesn't mean what exactly being said. There's a meaning behind it. All right, it could have different meaning in different situation. That's what I'm gonna talk about today. All right. So let's kick this thing off. So the first one is ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਭਰਨਾ, right? If you wanna know the exact meaning of it, it means like when somebody is filling a water for somebody, all right? But an idiom is totally different. It's an idiom. It means scared. When somebody is scared from somebody, that time we use this phrase. All right. So if I give you an example, so let's say there are two people. One name is Mike, one is David. All right. And you said to me, can Mike fight with David? Right. And I answered you, na, Mike the David da pani parda ho kithe lad pau. Right. In this situation, what I'm saying, no, Mike is not gonna fight with David because he is so scared from David. That's what it means. Here doesn't mean at all. There's nothing about water or filling the water. All right. But if you don't know this idiom, you will think, oh, I'm talking about filling the water. No, I'm not. All right. Maybe in different situation, if you know there's a person who is filling a water, really filling a water in whatever, in maybe in the bucket. If that time I'm using like okay se da pani bari janda. Now in this situation, I'm just telling you exact activity he is doing, right? But in idiom, it could have different meaning as I explained earlier, all right? So I was also thinking, like, how the hell this idiom became that way, right? So I was thinking probably maybe hundreds of years ago or 200 years ago, it was hard to get the water because people get the water from the ground and it was like hundreds of feet maybe inside the earth. So they like get the water with the help of the rope. They're pulling the water from the down. It was hard work, honestly. Or maybe sometimes people get the water from the river. They have to walk maybe 8 miles, 10 miles, something like that. Maybe nobody wants to fill the water for somebody. Nobody wants to bring the water from somebody, right? Maybe unless maybe somebody is their family member. So that time probably some people are doing it because if somebody who's a really badass guy at that time, a gangster rap guy, maybe if he told somebody to fill the water for him, maybe from the well downside the earth, maybe he had to pull the rope for like a couple of feet, right? It was hard work, but he was doing for the person. He's scared from that. Maybe that's why it became in this area. I don't know. That's just I'm thinking, right? So that's sometimes people use Ota Oda Pani Parda. It means he is scared from him. All right. I also use this phrase in my recent episode on my Punjabi podcast. I gave a title like Ki Sare Desh Illuminati da Pani Parde Han. Right? It means like a do all countries scared from Illuminati, right? So this is pretty interesting episode. If you wanna listen this episode, you can listen it. So this is 7th episode. Link is in the description. All right. This podcast in all in Punjabi. All right. If you wanna improve your Punjabi skill, just listen this one. All right. And if you wanna know my opinion on Illuminati, this bullshit, yeah, you can also check this out and just try to like pay attention on your head, try to like focus what I'm saying, right? Maybe you just want to know what I mean by Illuminati or what I think about Illuminati. All right, probably you could know if you listen that one. Anyway, let's move to the next phrase, next idiom. This idiom is ਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਢੋਲ ਪਾਇਆ ਵਜਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ. Do you know what the meaning of ਢੋਲ in Punjabi? It's a drum, right? A music instrument. So this instrument is playing a lot of Punjabi songs, all right? So the way a guy who play this one, he has a like a kind of a belt who attached to this drum. He just like a putting this belt on his neck, and the the drum is like on in front of his belly, and he was playing right this drum whatever. So basically, it's hanging. This drum is hanging out of his neck. So I don't know how this phrase become idiom. Basically, it means when you have some kind of obligation, you have to do it. You have no choice. So probably I was thinking maybe a person who with this drum, he has just obligation. He has to play with this drum, right? All right. So I'm gonna give you example. Let's say, yeah, there was your friend. He told you he is coming to your town, and he just asked you to stay with you maybe for a few days, and you told him yes, and now he come and he is staying there more days, maybe 2 weeks, and now you have obligations. Maybe one of your other friend asked you, why the hell you're keeping this guy as long when he's not paying nothing, right? You are just feeding him whatever. So in that situation, probably you were thinking, okay, this is my friend. I don't want to be rude with him. Maybe just let's see a couple of more days or whatever. At that time, you can use this sentence like ਹੋ ਯਾਰ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਢੋਲ ਪਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਵਜਾਉਣੀ ਪੈਂਦਾ. It means like what I can do now, right? This is just obligation. He is my friend. I can't do nothing. I don't have option, right? I have to do it, right? Yeah. So that situation, you can use this one. ਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਢੋਲ ਪਿਆ ਵਜਾਉਣੀ ਪੈਂਦਾ, right? So anyway, if you like this podcast so far and you want to give it 5 star, you can give it. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, it would help this podcast to spread to the more people. All right. Or if you want to support this podcast, you can support it on Patreon. All the links are in the description. All right. Anyway, let's move to the next phrase, and this is ਕੰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲਾਉਣਾ. All right. So it means it doesn't mean like you just touching your ears with the hand. So yeah, when you do something and you regret it, or maybe the outcome is so bad and you don't want to do it again, right? And yeah, that time you can use this one. So yeah, maybe you see somebody when they apologizing. Some people, some kids, they just like hold their ears. Okay, apologize me. It's my fault. Whatever. It's kind of maybe that way. That's why it's using this way. And mostly it means I'm not gonna do it again. You just quit it, right? You just okay. It's my fault. Whatever. I don't want to do it. Like you were playing a gambling. Let's say you were doing the gambling. You thought you're gonna make the money. Now you lost all the money, and now you have regret. And now you decided I'm not gonna do it again, right? That time you can use this one. Like मैं ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲੈ ਲਏ. ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ gambling ਕਰਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਜੂਆ ਖੇਡਦਾ, right? Now you just said, okay, this is enough. I'm not gonna do it. Can I give you another example? Of course, man. I can give you another example. Let's say another situation. It's kind of different situation, but you can use also this way. Let's say did you decide to go to the party, and there's also another friend. Let's call her Lisa. She also wants to go to the party, and she asks you, can you pick her up? You say, okay, I'm gonna pick you up. And now you just got ready and you went to the Lisa's house. And Lisa is still getting ready, right? She's not ready, but she is getting ready. Now you are being late, but she's putting the makeup on her. Maybe her eyelashes are not good, just whatever she's doing, maybe she think, oh, her hair's not good. She is just confused and taking so long time. All right, she is taking so long, and now you are just thinking, man, I'm not gonna go with the Lisa again. All right, in that situation, you can say, मैं ਤਾਂ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲਾ ਲਏ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਲੀਸਾ ਨਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, right? It means, man, I apologize myself. I'm not gonna go with anywhere with Lisa. If she is going to ask me again, that's done deal. All right. So that's how you can use this phrase. All right. ਕੰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲਾਉਣੇ. So next one is ਕੋੜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਸੌਣਾ. All right. So this phrase people use when somebody like fall asleep and really deep. Right. If somebody is sleeping so deep sleep, like he's not like waking up with like a little bit noise, right? He's in the deep sleep. That time you can use Ota Kodi which ki song hai, right? So this phrase I think it's being made because like in like a old era people have like some people have horses. It was so expensive, right? Horses are one of the expensive animal. So sometimes it got stolen. And when somebody goes somewhere to sell their horses, sometimes maybe somebody's gonna rob them. But when somebody sells their horses, now he is just mind free. He didn't have that much stress, and this like they fell asleep well that time maybe. Well, that's why. That's why they. Yeah, basically it means when somebody is in a deep sleep, you can say that one. I don't use it all the time, but sometimes we do. All right. Kode vich ke sona. It means Gudi means sona. All right. Guda means also dark, right? Here Guda means a deep. All right. So another phrase sometimes people use kare kida ande rakhiya ਜਾਂ kare kida amb rakhiya, right? Okay. So this phrase is being used like you know kar means house, ande means eggs, right? So let's say we are somewhere else. I'm with you, and you told me, like, let's go home, man. I said, koi na kare keda ande rakhiya bag jangi, right? It means, why you are in so much hurry? Just be patient. We will go home, right? So it means I don't want to go home right now. I'm just asking you, give me a specific reason, right? So why is ande rakhi? If you see any bird who have eggs, right? A bird, basically a female bird, when they go somewhere, maybe to hunt something, maybe to eat something somewhere else. So when they have eggs in their nest, they come back so quickly because they're taking care of those eggs because they wanna get the baby from that eggs, right? They're taking care of so much. So in that situation, I'm asking you, kare keda ande rakhe hai? Like there's not so much going on in our house. What's most important? Why you wanna go back house that quickly? That's what it means, man. Same with sometimes people use It means like why you are in so hurry to go home? What's there? Is there fruit like a mango? We are gonna enjoy that, right? So yeah, basically when somebody use that, it means just they're saying no, right? If somebody just say, you said whatever you wanna go, you ask. If you say आजा ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਚੱਲਦੇ हैं, right? Let's go city. He can say ਉੱਥੇ ਕੀ ਆਂਡੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ? It means that person is not interested to go there, all right? He is asking you give him a valid reason why you want to go there. Same with the house. If you want to come back to house, a home, if somebody say it means that person didn't want to go home. Or maybe he's asking a specific reason. All right. That's all it is. Okay, next one is Bok de ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਪੰਗਾ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ, right? Now, where is the bok? Bok is a male goat, all right? So if you're gonna play with the male goat, let's say you touch her horn, now he becomes so aggressive. He chasing you everywhere, right? That time you're thinking, oh, I made a mistake to just hold his horn or touch his horn, right? Now you are kind of regretting. So same thing, you are like, you would use like, if let's say if they're a person, whatever, you you start talking to him or her, whatever, and then they suddenly change whatever. They just like agree on you, whatever. That time you can say "मैं तो पंगी ले लिया बोक दे सिंगन वाथ लाके." It means I have a regret to talking to this person. Or sometimes maybe is with your friends. Some friends, they are just so obsessed to tell their problem. Sometimes maybe you don't want to hear that, right? Yeah, just start talking to them, whatever, and they are not like leaving you. They're not letting you go now. So what they're doing, they just keep telling you whatever the hell in their mind, and now you will you are gonna try to finish the conversation, but they are not doing that way. That time you were thinking, all right. If you're telling the same story to somebody else, you can tell that time, okay, I start talking to that person, but he didn't let me go. In that situation, you can say, like, मैं तो यार ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਛੇੜ ਲੀਆਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤਾਂ ਭਰਾਵਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਖੱਲ ਖਾ ਲਈ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਖਿਆ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਗੇ ਹੀ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਬੋਕ ਦੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲਾ ਕੇ alright ਖੱਲ ਖਾਣਾ it means ਖੱਲ means you just upper skin of the body khana means eat it didn't mean like he just eating yours like eating your like a skin it means it is so annoying, right? He's keep talking, and you become so annoying. That's what it means, right? And then you had a regret to talking to that person. All right, that was it. So these were the some phrases I want to tell you, and yeah, sometimes you will maybe hear these like a sentences when people are talking. So yeah, these are the colloquial words, so or sentences you don't find in the textbook. All right. So I hope you learned something new today. So if you think you are getting the value from this podcast and you want to support this podcast, you can support it through PayPal or Patreon. Links are in the description. Everything will be appreciated. If you are not able to support this podcast, then you can give it to 5 star if you're listening it on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Because if you give this podcast to 5 star, then Apple Podcast or Spotify recommend this podcast to the more people. So it would also help this podcast to grow more. At the end, if you want to learn about Punjabi pronouns, then check out my ebook. Link is in the description. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson in another day.